All right, so I might have to like redo this entire video because I didn't realize that inside of Walgreens they were playing fucking Beyonce. What song was it? Because it could have been like oh yeah, I Was Here by Beyonce. That's what was playing. So anyways, y'all, let me get into this message. It was 12:22 p.m. when I started recording for that message, and I was letting you guys know that I felt like Spirit was trying to get me to deliver the message while I'm out and about. So like I said, I'm always going to deliver how Spirit like guides me to, how the Most High God guides me to. So anyways, I had a dream. In this dream, there were two people talking, and I was just able to see them and hear them, of course. And I'm not sure if I was there. I'm not sure if that matters, like if they noticed that I was there or not, but no one was looking at me. So I'm assuming, I guess, that I was just seeing two people talking, and they were joking back and forth, a guy and a girl, and they seemed like they were related in some sort of way. So they could be related to you. But anyway, the guy made a joke, the male made a joke, and the girl character basically was like, they had their phones out and they were looking at their phones. So I guess they were showing each other like a meme or something, or just something on social media on their phones. And the girl said, you better stop for I unfollow you. But it seems like the whole conversation that they were having prior to that was about, I guess, how someone, I guess they had like some type of, because y'all know I got clairsentience, right? So in the dream, I knew immediately that they had an inside recognition, or, you know, some type of insider about how they both know that there's somebody who does that, like do something wrong to them, they'll unfollow you. And they're making fun of it and like making a joke of it or whatever. And y'all, like, this picture that I have posted, it like popped up on his TL because I had this dream, y'all, and like the people in the dream that I knew, like I could understand why I was seeing them in this space, you know, or whatever, or being shown them or whatever. So anyways, what was I going to say about that? That could just be relevant for somebody, you know, I don't know, in some sort of way. But basically, like, I saw this on Instagram right after, and like the same day, yeah, it was just like on the TL or whatever. So anyways, my bad, y'all. When I be walking, I be scoping the scene. But yeah, like, the post or whatever, as y'all can see what it says, I was like thinking of this or whatever, and first of all, like, my first thought was, if somebody felt this way, why do you care? Like, the way that I view social media, like, personally, which is probably, I don't know, it might be different from other people, but the way I view it is, I don't give a fuck who follows me, who unfollows me. I really don't give a damn. If people, like, I look at my social media, like the usage of it, like I think about like internet shit is like being like optional. Like, that's how everyone should look at it. Everybody does not have to participate in social media, period, right? Like, I think it's actually, I don't know, like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, I like it, some aspects of it, but I pretty much love the concept of damn, I'm hoping that this whole entire video wasn't ruined because I was still connected to my headphones. But even still, like, I trust the Most High. Like, it is retrograde. I would necessarily want to start over or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to start over. I'm just going to start from here and, you know, do better, child, from here on. But, you know, if you guys have audio problems in that first video, my deepest apologies. I cannot stand audio problems. I consider that something that shouldn't be posted. But unfortunately, I just don't feel like, you know, I'm not in a space where I feel like I can just like redo that again, like sanely. Like, I'm probably just, you know, I'm keeping it a bean. So anyways, as I was saying, like, social media is optional. Everybody does not have to participate in social media. That's something that is like a known thing, but I feel like because it's so normal and popular, and like we all like participate, sometimes we just assume that everyone uses it, everyone's gonna have it, and everyone that has it should follow you if you know them, and they should support you, and da-da-da. And I used to feel that way. I used to actually feel that way, like, okay, if you, like, this is how I feel, right? If I know you in real life and you follow me on the socials, right? If you see me doing some type of project or just anything where it seems like I actually give a fuck about what I'm posting, like not just some random picture of the sky or the road or my vacation from last summer, like, I mean, like, straight up, like, something that I actually care about. I just, like, feel like people that you know should at least, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you are online chronically, like, if you're always online, like, liking shit, reposting shit, blah, blah, blah. If you're like that, and I know you, and we, like, are, like, pretty, like, chummy and shit on some, like, vibes, like, I know you, and you're not, like, hyping my shit, supporting me in some sort of way, like interacting with the post in some sort of way, at the least bit liking some shit, like, I'm gonna assume that you're not willing to, like, support me in that space. And I don't necessarily take that personally, but I do view it, I just kind of put you in a certain category. It's very logical, for real. Like, it has no emotion tied to it, for real, because I view social media as work personally. There's some personal aspects to it because I believe in business having some aspect of, like, comfortability. But outside of that, it's like, if I'm not interacting with you on a business tip, then I don't need you in my business space, especially if you're not helping it in any kind of way. And that's not a personal thing. So I felt like the Most High God in me to, like, share my perspective personally about that. Not saying that my perspective is king, because it's totally not. It's just that sometimes people just need something from a different perspective, or they feel a way, but they don't always know how to voice it. And I happen to know exactly how I feel about that already. But one thing I will say is, like, these people may feel that way about you. Like, they might feel like, okay, so-and-so gets mad, like, when you unfollow them, or when, like, they think they basically have a power over you, or some type of, like, like, they like to think that. Like, we're talking people that are pretty delusional, people that like to gossip, people that talk about you more than you're probably aware of. You probably don't talk about these people at all. But these are some individuals who are around you. They may just be close to you, okay? And there was another channeled message, so I'm going to give that as well. But that was pretty much it for that part. But for this other part, whatever, I was standing by this really deep puddle of water that was, like, flooding the sidewalk. And, like, basically where I was standing, I was almost like the path instructor or some shit. So basically every time someone came by, I had to let them know, like, I had a choice to either let them make their own decision and do whatever they were gonna do, like, naturally, and mind my business altogether. But there was, like, a lot of old people, there was women, there was people with bags and shit, and it's cold and wet and shit. So I would want somebody to, like, I'm one of those people who was taught to, like, treat others how you want to be treated, like the golden rule shit. I feel like everybody should have to live by the golden rule on some real shit. I feel like it sounds like kindergarten and shit, but I also feel like, my bad, y'all, that's the train or whatever. So, like, I also feel like that is, like, a solid code for humans to go by. It doesn't have to be so strict and, like, rigid and serious. Like, obviously we should have strict and rigid, serious, like, laws and things, but I also feel like just basic ones like that, it makes sense to just have. Like, I just personally think we should have that rule, like the golden rule, be applicable for everyone. And if people want to be morbid about it, that's their business, but we got other laws for that. Anyways, see, I was told I was political when I was in middle school, and I fought against it, but I can't help it. I guess I am. God damn it. Naturally a leader. It is what it is. The world needs more people like this. But anyways, yeah, so I was, like, the path instructor. So I didn't want these people's feet to get wet and shit. I would want somebody to tell me, because I would want my feet to get wet, because if I get sick like that, that could cost a lot, like me getting sick. And I feel that way about anybody, like, that's too much playing. So anyways, nobody want their socks wet, their shoes wet and shit. That's too much. Okay, so anyways, as these people were coming, first person, boom, he's already very aware of where he's going and where he's walking. This was a male energy, and he saw a path immediately. He basically, like, there was like this ledge with a gate, and so he basically like walked along that to escape the water. The next person came. Next person was it a man? My bad, y'all. I'm trying to like tell this exactly how it went, but there was a man, and I might have to come back for the other half of this. Alright, y'all. So anyway, the second person was a guy, and the guy, it was like an older man, and he just like walked right through the water. And keep in mind that I view water personally as like basically emotion, your emotional body, sometimes even just like spirit, and just like how it moves so fluidly, and it holds like so much, just like memory is just such a powerful liquid, I guess. But anyways, so yeah, that's how I was viewing it, like how people approach emotions. Like you were at this, like this I don't even know what to call it, like this walkway, this path that people were coming by, and there was an emotional element to it. So I feel like that almost represents life right now, and all these people surrounding you are just like you in any way, I don't know, and this is how they're approaching emotion when it comes to you. So the second older man, like when I say older, like he was literally like maybe in his 60s, 50s or 60s, and he like walked right through the water. He did not look down at all. And I realized like yeah, so anyway, yeah, he walked right through, and he was like, oh, like his feet, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, a lady came, and she had bags. She saw the water first of all, and then so that means she was looking at her steps, and she was paying attention to her steps on this path that she was walking. And she set her bags down, and she rolled up her pants like she was about to walk through a puddle, because she had on Crocs, so she could technically if she wanted to. So each time I was like moving out of these people's way, because we keep in mind it's raining, so we all got on, you know, we all have big ass umbrellas and shit. Mine's small, but other people have like big umbrellas and shit. So I'm trying to move out of their way of the path and of the umbrellas. So what is going on? Oh, it's a funeral. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. So that might be significant. There's a funeral, like literally past it right now. Like the cop just stopped traffic to let the funeral go by. And if y'all know LA traffic, like that's kind of a big deal, because people barely want to stop for the damn ambulance fire truck. So the fact that they are successfully getting a funeral line going is pretty nice. It's pretty impressive, I guess. But the police are also involved, so makes sense. But anyways, y'all, so the second lady, I was telling her, I was like, so each person I was trying to like tell them, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but each person I saw, the first guy, like the older guy, he was coming so fast, I don't even think I paid attention when he was coming, so I couldn't tell him. But right when I was about to, he was walking so fast, like I don't even think it was a way for me to even tell him, because he was coming so fast and not looking down. So that goes to show how fast he was going, and the fact that he probably knew his route and his path so fast and so easy, so that he was just on autopilot, you know, and he didn't even think about, you know, emotion, water, spirit, whatever. So someone around you could be like that. But anyways, was that even the police chat? Okay, it is. I was gonna say, it's somebody cousin Ronnie stopping traffic. Let me find out. But anyways, yeah. So that was the second guy. So now, no, the third lady. So I told her, like, I was like, go around, you know, you could take the curb, because I knew she wasn't gonna want to climb on the wall like the first dude. So I was like, you could go around on the curb or whatever. And she was like, at first she heard me, she was like, huh? I was like, yeah, you can go around the curb. So she, and by the way, everybody was acting all surprised that I was talking to them. So that might be like significant. Somebody might be the kind of person where if you show people attention, they be surprised, like, you're talking to me? And it's like, yeah, hell yeah. Why wouldn't I be talking to you? Like, buddy, like, come on. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Yeah, y'all, my bad. Like I said, I'm out and about, so y'all get it. But the last one, I'm hoping that there was an audio issue on that one. I checked the other video, the audio's fine, but I'm hoping there's not an audio problem on the last one because I did have my headphones connected. But anyways, y'all, so yeah, like I said, the third lady, I was telling her like you can go around, so she heard me, and then she actually ended up going around with her bags, making it real easy for herself. And so then when she went by, and then I told her, like, unless you want to get your feet wet. And then she was just like, no, like, literally, like, nope, I want the curb. And so it's not like she was avoiding, water per se, but it is chilly outside. So, she probably just didn't feel like getting wet. She didn't have to. And I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, to be completely honest with you, I'm the kind of person to where I low-key like getting my feet like wet with some like clean rainwater, like that whole experience, especially if it's like not too cold outside in LA. And it's not cold, but it is definitely having a chilliness going on. So if you get your feet wet, you could totally be, of course I'm gonna think this logically about it because I'm a Virgo. Y'all know how analytical you are. So those of you who got an issue with it, child, this clearly not your space or not for you, so you can just keep going, or you can fast forward, or whatever the hell you want to do. It's your world, okay? Because I feel that I'm feeling somebody's like irritation but this is a channeled message, so it's whatever comes through. So whether it comes through extra crispy or a little muddled, like, it's gonna come out how it's meant to for the people on my channel and for the purpose of the energetic signature. And that's some other shit, levels to this shit. But anyways, yeah, I keep having to stop the video and start it because I'm also, like I said, I'm out in the world, but I also, this is along with the message, like I said, I like to pay very much attention when I'm walking these days, especially when I'm doing something with my phone, because one, there's hella cars and traffic's crazy in LA. Like, these people will hit you, they do not give a damn. They will hit you with their car if you are in the street because they just feel like you shouldn't be in the street. So if this went to court or something happened anyway, I wouldn't be guilty. And I don't know, that's just how they feel, and whatever, it is what it is. So you learn to like keep your motherfucking eyes open. Then it's tweakers, and then I don't want to drop my phone and break it because like that's something that I know somebody wants to happen to me so bad because I keep seeing it in my dreams and I just keep feeling the energy of it. And I'm just like, well, who the fuck is evil eyeing me and my phone that motherfucking hard? Like, ooh, that's some weird shit in my opinion. But yeah, I'm also about to go into the store, so I might have to stop the video again. We'll see. But yeah, the third person rather, the woman, she was walking and she went around, like I said, and then she looked at me and she said thank you, and she smiled. And it was a very warm, touching, cute little moment because she just had such a sweet smile. But anyways, there was a person after that, and again, it was a man. And I noticed that the men were a little bit more like, fast walking, not paying attention. And that says something to the message I feel that I was receiving from the whole situation. So he just was walking, and he walked and did the same thing as the other man. Like, he walked in the water, shoes wet. She was soaking motherfucking wet, pissed off. So that was that guy, and I believe it was one other person, but I think I just told them to go. Oh yeah, it was a lady. It was an older lady, an older Hispanic lady, and she was coming the opposite direction of everybody, and she was walking along. At first I thought she was white, so that might matter, but anyway, she was just walking along, and I told her, like, you're probably gonna want to, and she was walking very slow and kind of methodically, like not super slow, but like as she got closer to me, like she was looking like more methodical. So I don't know if she was like, I didn't know if she was stopping where I was, because where I was waiting on this thing we have in LA called the Dash. So it's like a bus that takes you short distances in the neighborhood. So it's usually free too, so it's just like a way for you to get around the neighborhood like quicker, and that's why it's called the Dash or whatever. So anyways, that's where I was waiting. And so I told her, I was like, you might want to go around the curve. And she was like, she was just like, she just basically told me like I don't speak English type vibes, and I was like, okay, but I was just like, and I just pointed to the puddle, and she looked and she said, oh, so I go around the curb, and I was like, yes. And so then she went and she was like, thank you, and she went around the curb. So I don't know, like I feel like something about that message is very like important to someone's like situation at the moment, or like significant rather. My bad, y'all, I'm looking at produce and shit now. All this might matter for somebody, but yeah, like yeah, man, I feel like that represents an emotional situation, emotional like path, or you know, liaison is what I like to call it too, because I mean, in reality, it's kind of like what it is. It's a place where multiple things connect, and in this case, it was people. So yeah. Why does that look like that? That look a mess. The produce in this store slick sucks. Okay, there it is, there it is. Such a small little twig, baby. No. Okay, so yeah, that was the message. And I feel like I gave the whole thing. Was that the whole thing? I'm gonna edit this anyways, so I'm not worried about my ramblings too much. But boom. Store pathway. That was all I was receiving. Oh my god, such a cute ass dog. This dog has like dyed ears. So cute. Oh, it's one of those little sheep dogs too. But yeah, that was the message. Like I said, if you guys appreciated this message, if it applied anywhere, or if you you know, are expecting something in a situation and this ends up being correct for you, come back and drop a like, drop a comment, join the family, and thank you for being here. Love you. Next time. Okay, so I got a few more downloads while I'm on my run, so I'm gonna give them. So this is just like the energy forecast, like in the realm, like that people that I'm attracting to my channel might be experiencing. So not gonna be for everyone, of course, but I was trying to decide if I wanted some whipped cream, y'all. Some whipped cream. I know that sounds freaky, but it's really for like hot cocoa and shit. It really is, and it's on sale, so definitely finna grab some. But anyways, you might be find yourself having a really pleasant experience out in the world if you often have a different experience where you're more so like, they got dairy free. I don't need dairy free because it's like buy one get one free or whatever, but it's $5. Like what? Oh, because that's like a big ass can. I just need something real small and cute. It's not that serious. Let's get the extra creamy. We love creamy. So anyways, ciao. Y'all can find yourself having a really pleasant experience out in the world if you're usually the person who has a more like kind of like even maybe annoying experience where people are kind of just like being rude to you for no reason, like trying to like get up in your space a little bit more than you want to, trying to get your attention a little bit more than you want to. I feel like that is like something about your vibe is different. People are approaching you a lot different. They might be a lot more polite, might be a little bit more like respectful of how, you know, you holding your own and being in that energy for yourself. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. Yeah, so and then another thing is people could be like, you could be getting lots of confirmation that people are like into what you're into. Like they're basically looking at you, like you have influence basically. So if you grab something, somebody might stop and look at what you're looking at. If you're gonna grab something, somebody else is gonna grab something. Like you're very, very influential right now, and I think you're getting a lot of like confirmation of that for yourself. So yeah, and there was another thing. Yeah, y'all, if I just keep getting like things that I should share with someone, and just even if it's just confirming that this is your message as well, or that you're in the right place, in the right like internet family or whatever, I'm gonna keep giving them. So it's gonna be a choppy video for sure. Oh yeah, this was the other one. This is about the tea on the darker energies, the people who are kind of comfortable with kind of, you know, being your opposition or whatever. I was like, what did I need, child? Some Parmesan cheese. So yeah, these are people that are comfortable with opposing you. So this is the tea on that energy for the time. So yeah, so there's people who want to challenge you. These are the kind of people that won't even look you in your eye. These are the kind of people where you can feel that their beef with you might not be personal to you, right? But you still recognize that they could be damn, and I think I had my headphones connected again, so if so, I hope that child, is this the ambulance in the store? Child, more tea for y'all. But yeah, or maybe they're just talking and they got uniform on. I don't know, child. But anyways, sorry, you gotta be aware of this shit, because I don't, you know, black people, we don't like to just walk blindly into the problem unless we being nosy on purpose. And I'm not being nosy on purpose. I'm looking for the fucking Parmesan cheese. I don't even know where they put it. I'm in the pasta aisle with all the condiments and things. Shit, no, yeah, something happened because there's like, no, that's LAPD. I thought that was paramedics. But yeah, yeah, people might feel the need to challenge you, but I feel like something about that is like super, like, I feel like you're just like super familiar with that energy, and at this point in your life, maybe you just know exactly how to handle something like that. And I just think that my bad, y'all know I'm in a grocery store. But yeah, I feel like that's something that could be very something you've gotten used to, and maybe even noticing like your growth, your sturdiness, your stability within yourself, and that is always good, y'all. That's always great. We love to hear it. There was something else, but I gotta come back because I don't remember, and I'm checking out. Yeah, I think it's starting to become a lot clearer to you, like what people like expect from you, desire from you. I think that you are really able to like just kind of pinpoint that a lot more these days. I don't know if you've like jumped timelines, or if you just like really just hit some type of milestone or development in yourself, had a spiritual awakening, and you've been doing the self-work or whatever. But I feel like that is going a lot smoother for you, and you're just able to have way more easier, quicker processing and clean awareness. Even somebody might be getting like gifts that are new to them, or more like defined gifts as well. But as far as the people on your path as well, who could be like natural opposers to your energy, those people, I feel like they try not to take your path, like they try not to get in your way, but it's almost like they don't want you or the rest of the world to know that they view you as a formidable opponent, so they don't want to give off that. Basically, you're making them sweat pretty much. Like if they can avoid you on their path, they will. You know, it's almost like you can discern people better and people can discern you better. So you're becoming more refined in who you are. You've become more refined. Like you're kind of like just like being polished by your ancestors, by the universe, and you're very shiny. So what people could be possibly wanting from you, if you're here and resonating with this, is they could want your help in some type of way. They could expect for you to put them on, and this goes back to the dream and the people who are speaking about you, projecting the fact that they wish that they had some type of power in your life, the delusional energy that they carry toward you, viewer. Okay, you fam. And I feel like they have this energy where, you know, they're projecting, so really they know the power that you hold. So if anything, they could be very much so wishing, like, proximity to you. I think you've learned that proximity to you makes a person, like, could really give a person like clout It could give a person a lot of credit that they did not earn. If you were just like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I need some quarters. I might come back for the quarters, child, because I don't feel like stopping again. But yeah, I feel like you're so focused on your path, like you just don't really have the space and energy to help anyone unless you're being directed by a higher power, by your higher self, by God. And I feel like people want your help on this path. They want you to acknowledge them. A lot of people won't say that because they have too much pride, even the people closest to you. And that's another reason you separate them. Maybe not for, like, it's all logical, I feel like, for you. And it's like some of it might be personal or emotional stuff, or that could exist somewhere in that realm or in that space, but I feel like it's mostly see motion. Like, I feel like you guys got motion and people want to see how you get motion, or they want to, you know, they just want to, basically, they don't realize, or maybe they do, that being able to even view you or have any type of access to you, whether that is just simply like, I don't know how to explain it, like if you follow them or whatever, hang out with them, acknowledge them, speak to them, like that's validating that a relationship and trust that people did not work to actually build between you and them. And I feel like they don't know how to just like, say that or like acknowledge that, because if these are family or friends or whatever, they just might feel like, okay, I automatically got a space in your life, like I don't have to do that, I don't have to respect you, I don't have to work hard to like evolve the fucking relationship. But indeed, quite fucking contrary, yeah, you do, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's really the energy for that in the dream. But also with just other people in life, I feel like people just want you, like I said, to just stop for them, notice them, assist them, just acknowledge them. So I feel like, you know, if you feel like being like giving off a certain vibe, like I don't think you might be the kind of person who minds sharing a short conversation with a stranger, creating connection between people, because, you know, I'm a zillennial. I was born in 95. So like I personally miss the like deep camaraderie feeling of just like being able to just like chat and shoot the fucking breeze with anyone. And the older you get, the more people do it, I guess. But even when you're younger, like, and I don't even think it has anything to do with age per se. I feel like it's just like a culture thing, especially here in the US since COVID, like things got a little weird for a second. And I think it's good to create some type of trust, connection, normalcy. You know, I just learned in fucking Singapore and other parts of Asia, people are so comfortable, and I feel like this is probably the case in a lot of European places as well, but people are comfortable enough to just leave their electronics, their wallets, hair ties, anything, jackets, expensive, it could be expensive or cheap, but they'll put anything in a spot to hold their spot in public. And people automatically know as a culture that somebody's saving their spot. Nobody's thinking, oh, I'm gonna take somebody's stuff. Or literally the culture is so rooted in honesty and collective like fucking trust that people can just leave their shit around. And I remember having that feeling, or having that feeling in certain spaces. One of the spaces that are popping into my mind is like school, like campus. Most people there aren't struggling, like, you know, you leave your shit, you're at school. Like, I do mean on a collegiate level though, because, you know, but like, yeah, like you leave your shit in a dance studio, in a cafeteria, gym, wherever, you know, if it's moved for any reason, it's because somebody put it somewhere safe so that it wouldn't get lost or stolen or broken or whatever. But yeah, like I think that's it for the channel messages, y'all. I think that's all I got. Yeah, that feels complete. But that was definitely the message. I'm getting so many confirmations. Someone's thinking of you too in the love realm. I feel like you guys may not want any messages about that. I feel like you're being super secretive and like private about what you have going on there. But I feel like a lot of you might be, you know, just finding a lot of harmony with whatever you have going on with that as well. So take care, you guys. Next time.